perfect day for football, and the roof is open, in fact, here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Throwing on first down. Combs. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Colts are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
7 yards there and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. He'll get this down to the 38.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Combs. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Combs. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Colts send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Here's Pierce on the counter, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense for the Colts, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
From the 50, it's Watson. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
40 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Pierce. Touchdown, Houston. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
To throw on 2nd down. Combs. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
To throw on third down, Combs. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun, Combs. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, Combs. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the mind.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down, Combs. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Combs. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, Combs. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Watson on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Combs. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll look to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Back to throw again.
And that's going to be taken in by Ashton Dulin.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive to about the 40-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. From the gun, here's Watson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30.
Want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's the option play now to the left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And he's got some space here.
They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. 105 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pierce.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You would too.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Combs.
And a dangerous throw there, as that's knocked down and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He hits Adams complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Operating from the gun. Combs throwing the out route incomplete. It's Campbell. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun. Combs. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his
touchdown, Colts. Alec Pierce, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Colts are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A big play there out of the running game. Give him 52 yards on the ground. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now Watson, eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Here we go. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Following the fumble recovery, Combs. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 168 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Watson. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your...
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
On 1st down, Combs. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
On 1st and 10, Combs.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Obviously, this has not been a better game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
And pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. On 3rd down, Combs. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16. Looking to throw. Combs. And he whips that one incomplete there.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Combs.
The slant connects with Devontae Adams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
7 Pirates. No check.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
18 yards. That's another. Mustang 19. Check contact.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Dancing to his left. Touchdown! Mo Alley-Cox from 3 yards out.
And the Colts get a bit closer.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play you would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Seriously? Is that even a play?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Hand off left side. Pierce to the 43. Second down.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson on third down. Finds a man with a crossing route.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Faking the give. Now Watson. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here we go on 4th. Watson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour, and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the